Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. I hope my I am audible and visible. Dobry večer. Okay, as I can see that people have started coming over to the group, and right. So I welcome you all once again to the weekly live session on Facebook, and as a program coordinator and the faculty of Russian at the School of Foreign Languages, I find these times very challenging, but it has also brought us an opportunity where we can actually experiment with the latest ICT and the technologies which are available on social media as well as through various platforms. You must be wondering that why in India these different efforts were not made earlier. You must be thinking in a right manner, but the thing is that in the education sector there are many initiatives which needs to be taken. There are many initiatives which need to be taken by the faculty concerned. They need to be taken up by the experts. They need to be taken up by the individuals, by the universities, by the colleges, by the institutions, and the government, of course, to facilitate the learners. In IGNOU, as you know, that we have a punchline: reach the unreached. So I find these times very appropriate to reach the unreached. We are trying our level best to address to your different queries, to your learning needs, and as these challenging times provide us with this kind of unique opportunity, we would certainly try our level best to help our learners wherever they are. As the basic thing which is happening right now is that we are trying to uh, talk to our learners as frequently as we can. That is why your feedbacks and your suggestions which we have been receiving from time to time are actually encouraging us to go further. So I would like to thank you everyone who are the member of this group for CRUL for sending your feedbacks, your suggestions, and it helps us keep going. All right, now let's get back to the topic of today's talk. As for all the ODL as well as for the online learners of CRUL, we have been organizing these live Facebook sessions as an experiment, of course. So, and we have been finding this experiment quite successful one. That is why we are trying to reach to each and every learner out there. And you can also send us your suggestions, your feedback to us on sofl@ignu.ac.in. You can also send us your feedback to coe@ignu.ac.in, and of course to me, your program coordinator Shivaji Bhaskar @ignu.ac.in. All right, Shubhajit is saying from 2010-12 several emails to IGNOU MHRD about these online requests same do after 2006 afterwards. Certainly, of course, the online regulations came quite late. It should have been done quite before, even before 2010, because when we talk about that India is a pioneer in IT, then we should have done it quite early. But now, since we have got the ODL and online regulations from the UGC MHRD, that is why now you would see that there would be a very rapid rise in providing online courses and programs from different subjects all over India by almost all universities. This is not only due to COVID-19, this is also due to the rising demand of today's learner, as today's learner is getting more and more tech savvy. So we'll just go back to the topic of CRUL now. So last time, if you remember, we have discussed about a few things like что and кто, which means what and who. We have also talked about three genders in Russian, that is masculine, feminine and neuter, which is also known as мужской род, мужской род, женский род and Sredni Rod. And you have seen some examples in the PPTs which were shared. And I would like to request some of the learners who are having the PPTs along, they can also post these PPTs for people who don't have the access to it, so that it would help them. You can also how to access them while attending the session, Dharmendra Singh is saying. So I would like to request Sukhvinder ji or anybody else who is having the access to the PPTs can send the link to the group, so that they can have access to these PPTs if not on Facebook. So please help such learners over there. You can post the link of our group, WhatsApp group here, so that people can attend. Alright, so the very basic thing is that we have learned is how to differentiate between living and non-living by using кто and что. We have also learned how to differentiate between the genders of the nouns by simply looking at the ending of these nouns. For example, masculine, the hard consonant ending would be there, like brat, achiyets, stol, stool. For feminine gender, we have to see the word ends with a or ya, like sistra, mama, auditoria. For neuter gender, the ending of the noun would end with o and ye, like akno or more or jerava. So these are the basic things that you can look at the noun ending and find out that how to understand the gender of the noun. Now the question is why it is important, why it is necessary to identify the gender. Because when you are going to make a sentence in Russian, you certainly need to have some kind of adjectives which would add with the nouns. For example, if you want to say he's a good man, on хороший человек. So хороший is a an adjective along with the noun человек. If you want to say red car, this is a red car. Это красная машина. So you would know that the ending of the machina is feminine gender. That is why you are using krasnaya machina. And you would want to make some sentence in neuter gender, then you have to use for example, this is a big window, это большое окно. So большое окно. So here you have seen that how the ending is changing of the adjective, and they are absolutely in agreement with the noun. So this is the very basic thing which you have to learn, which you have to understand. After that, you have to make three kind of sentences in Russian. Any sentence in any language actually have very simple thing, like just nominate using the name. It is nominative, that this is father, this is brother, or this is stool, this is table, this is chair, this is wall, this is auditorium. These kind of things are nominative case, and these are basically simple sentences. Then after the simple sentences, when we use da, which means yes, it is called affirmative. Then then you have the negative sentences also, when you use negation with the use of niyat, n, ye and te, niyat. It is pronounced like niyat. So when you say niyat, it is negation. So let me make one simple sentence for you. For example, this is brother. Это мой брат. Это мой брат. This is my brother. Да. And then I have to ask a question. Это ваш брат? Это ваш брат? Or это твой брат? Is this your brother? So you can use either true form or вы form. So это твой брат? Это ваш брат? Then I can say да or нет. Да, это мой брат. Yes, he is my brother, or this is my brother. Нет, это не мой брат. So you have to look at the construction of these sentences, how to prepare them, how to make them. It would help you to make these three basic type of sentences in Russian. We will be asking you a few questions like these in the final exams as well. That is why it is also important. So please remember, making simple sentence simply это мой брат, affirmative да это мой брат, negative нет это не не мой брат, это не мой брат. So like this you can make sentences of three types of sentences in Russian. So simple sentence, affirmative and negative. All right. Another important thing is in the meantime you can also post your questions so that I can read them over here. So you can ask me questions regarding our program, regarding our course, regarding our assignments, regarding exams and many other things, so that this can also be answered to. And besides that we will keep on talking about the course. Okay, so after that we have also done counting in Russian. Many of you have attended the previous sessions and we have counted from 1 to 10 and we have gone beyond that. I'll just do one quick revision of that. So 1 is ajin, 2 is dva, 3 is tri, 4 is chitiri, 5 is pyach, 6 is shest, 7 is siem, 8 is vosim, 9 is jevich, and 10 is jesich, and 0 is known as nol in Russian, nol. So regarding this, all information is also available in the PPT. After the session, as Sukhvinder is writing, surely we will provide you all the study material. You can message me on my WhatsApp number. So you can take his mobile number, WhatsApp number from the group and then message him, he'll send it. Afterwards we have done the days of the week, if you remember. So days of the week is Monday Понедельник, Tuesday Вторник, Wednesday Sreda, Thursday Четверг, Friday Пятница, Saturday Subota, and Sunday is Воскресенье. I'll just repeat once again. Понедельник, Вторник, Sreda, Пятница, Subota and Воскресенье. Then we have also done months, which is known as месяц. Month means месяц in Russian. So we have done months of the year. Year is God, God, G-O-D, God, God. So Yanvar is January, February is February, March is March, April is April, May is May, June is June, Yule is July, August is August, September is September, October is October, November is November, and December is December. So it is very simple, but you must learn it and pronounce it properly so that when you use these, so you use it correctly. So right now this is the May month. So May. Сейчас какой месяц? Which month is this right now? Это May. Сейчас May. अभी मई चल रहा है. तो इस तरीके से आप डिफरेंट मंथ्स को भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं और आप जब सेंटेंसेस बनाएंगे तो उसको भी आप यूज़ करें. उसके बाद आप से जब हम लोग बात कर रहे थे लास्ट टाइम, इफ़ यू रिमेंबर, वी हैव ऑल्सो डन अ वेरी स्मॉल कन्वर्सेशन इन रशियन. ठीक है, कन्वर्सेशन से पहले एक और छोटा सा जो वो है ककोई, ककाया, ककोए, क्योंकि व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू यूज एडजेक्टिव्स इन रशियन वी सर्टेनली नीड टू नो विच काइंड ऑफ. सो फॉर सेइंग विच we use kakoi as per the gender of the noun. Kakoi for masculine, kakaya for feminine, and kakoe for neuter gender. So if I am going to ask you a question, kakoi on человек, which kind of person is he? On хороший человек, he is a good person. And suppose if I want to ask you какая это машина, which kind of car is this, then you can say это хорошая машина, this is a good car, or это красная машина, this is a red car. So these adjectives are filling in. By using kakoi, kaka and kakoi, you can actually frame a question. It would help you. So like this, please put the adjective endings in kakoi, kaka and kakoi, and you can make your small sentences. Then if you look at the another expression which we have talked about in the previous session was that how old are you. So for that expression, it is very important, very easy, is known as skolka vam liet, because the plural of god when we count year is ajin god, dva goda, tri goda, chitiri goda, pyach liet. Liet is in plural, so more than 4 is liet. स्कोल का माम लियत, आप कितने साल के हैं. स्कोल का इमू लियत, हाउ ओल्ड इज ही. स्कोल का ये लियत, हाउ ओल्ड इज शी. So you can answer the question. Yemu, for example, someone who is 1 year old, Yemu ajin god. Somebody who is 2 years old, Yemu dwa goda. 3 years, 3 goda, chitiri goda. But if 5 years old and above, pyach liet, shes liet, same liet, vosim liet, jevich liet, jesich liet. So like this you can also make your own sentences. It would help you. Okay, so you can also ask me more questions if you want, and we will keep on going. Another important thing is that in any language the verbs are very important, because you have the pronouns, you have the nouns, you have the adjectives, but you have to have verb to give them meaning properly. So in Russian also the verbs are very important, and we have different categories of verbs in Russian. These are called aspects. So these different aspects we have in Russian, because Russian is a very rich language. So you have verbs which actually tells you whether the verb is performing, whether it is completing the action or it is not completing the action, whether the action is in still process or it is still in it has been completed. So it is actually known as Savarshini and Nesavarshini with glagoli. So perfective and imperfective verbs. So we also have these kind of verbs in Russian. So these kind of things, please keep on revising, and once we'll have more questions from you, we'll be back. Thank you. All right. So I am back. Do we have any question? Let's see. And let 5 for 10. Okay, 2 for 5. Okay. Dharmendra Singh Ji is saying, please help me pronounce month in Russian. Mesets. It's pronounced as mesets. If possible, please explain again the concept of 3 genders and to how to express age when someone is more than 4 years old. All right, it is very easy. It's not difficult, because mesets is a month, and we do counting in Russian. It is for 1 year. It is god, ajin god, and it applies to all other things. It entirely depend upon the gender of different nouns. Anything masculine, because god is a masculine gender, that is why it is ajin god, dva goda, tri goda, chitiri goda, but pyach liet. Whenever it reaches 5, it becomes pyach liet. Then shes liet, same liet, vosin liet, jevich liet, jesich liet. So it goes on till 20. From 21 onwards, it would change again to dvasas ajin god. Then dvasas dva goda, dvasas tri goda, dvasas chitiri goda, and dvasas pyach liet. So it is very simple. And in Russian, when we talk about genitive case, you would learn more about how to do countings as far as other nouns are concerned. For example, uh, if I want to say I have two brothers, then I would say у меня два брата. In singular, all of us know that it is brat, один брат. But when it is more than one, it would be два брата, три брата, четыре брата, пять братьев. Likewise, you have all these nouns categorized in genitive case, and they are changing like that. For feminine gender, it changes differently. For example, if I want to say I have one book, I would say у меня есть одна книга. From один, it changes to одна because it's a feminine gender. Then у меня есть две книги. From два брата in masculine gender, it changes to две книги because feminine gender. Then три книги, четыре книги, then пять книг. Like пять братьев changes into пять книг. So you have this formula, kind of formula, but not exactly a formula in Russian, but it is not very difficult. So when we will talk about this genitive case or radical Padesh, we will certainly see it. Then you have seen a few razgovor or dialogue, conversation or dialogues in Russian, like magazine, kiosk, pochte. So these dialogues, we have used a few adjectives, we have used small sentences. You can also see them, and it would help you to make small conversations. We have read about Moscow, the city. If you remember, Moscow, the capital city of Russia. The capital in Russian is known as Stolitsa. Stolitsa. Okay, so Shubhajit is writing, it's not relevant over here. And okay, another important information I would like to give it to everyone. See, for ODL learners, sending and submitting assignment is mandatory, which is already available on IGNOU's website. If you go to Student Zone, you'll find it. But for online learners, it is not compulsory, but I would like to recommend that you must try it. It would enrich your learning experience. It is like this. Why for ODL it is compulsory, why for online it is not compulsory? The simple fact is that for online learners we are going to have one project, whereas for ODL there is no project. So दोनों लोगों को कुछ ना कुछ मिला है, कुछ ना कुछ उन लोगों को हम लोगों ने रिलीफ दिया है. So both are same, more or less. So don't worry, ODL learners, and don't worry, online learners. Okay, so everybody is having the balanced amount of content, and we would require balanced amount of submissions from you. So please do send it timely. We will keep on you updating on the dates of examinations, dates of other things like the project and all. And somebody has requested to change the date of the submissions of the assignments on SWAYAM portal. We have changed it to the 31st of May, so you can go over there and check. All right, now if some of you are having the slides with you, PPT for COE, what and who, expressions in Russian, there is a small kind of a passage we are going to read today. So it is Однажды вечером Саша и Ashok разговаривали. It starts like that. You can also have access to it. Ashok, Sasha, какой месяц? Самый холодный в Москве. So this is a conversation between two friends, Sasha and Ashok. Sasha is the short form of Alexander in Russian, and Ashok is an Indian name. Однажды вечером, once in the evening, Sasha and Ashok had a talk. Ashok, Sasha, какой месяц самый холодный в Москве? Sasha is asking, Sasha that which month is the coldest in Moscow. Sasha replies, Dekaber i Yanvar, December and January. Here you can see that how we are using different nouns, adjectives in a kind of a text or a passage or a conversation. Sumit Kumar is asking, when are you giving projects, sir? So we will update you, as I said, don't worry. You still have the entire month of May with you. This is the first day itself, so don't worry. My strategy is that first you learn about these things, then only you will be able to do it properly and submit. So don't worry. Matilalji is asking, can we apply for exam now? If you are an ODL learner, you can do it. If you are an online, we will open the link with the NTA soon, and then you will be able to do it. Ankita is saying, when will know about project? We'll update you. Okay. Srinidhi is saying, yes sir, seen it, thanks. So Srinidhi ji, I would like to thank you that you have always been a very active learner, very active student over here, and we have received your feedback also. Thank you so much for that. And we have also you are also helping us with running the course, as Srinidhi ji has lived in Moscow for a few years, so she has that grip over the language, and she speaks well. I can see when we talk. All right, so then we'll continue the conversation. Sasha is saying, Dekaber i Yanvar. Ashok, a какая тогда средняя температура? Temperatura is temperature. और रशियन में जब आप कहते हैं कि मुझे बुखार है, तो आप टेम्परेचर नहीं बोलते हैं. फॉर फीवर के लिए ग्रिप बोला जाता है. उमिनिया ग्रिप, उमिनिया ये ग्रिप, या उमिनिया ये चिम्परातूरा. हम लोग कहते हैं कि मुझे टेम्परेचर है, लेकिन ऐसे नहीं बोलते. तो नॉर्मली ग्रिप उसको बोला जाता है. जैसे कि आपको नज़ला जुकाम हो जाता है, बुखार हो जाता है, तो वैसे ही ग्रिप बोला जाता है. और इसी तरीके से और भी कीजिए, या नी चूस्तु себя хорошо, आई एम नॉट फीलिंग वेल. इस तरीके से एक्सप्रेशंस रशियन में बोले जाते हैं, जो कि आप सीखेंगे. उस तरीके के कन्वर्सेशंस भी हम लोग यूज़ करेंगे. उसके बाद से साशा इज सेइंग, средняя максимальная температура 9 градусов. Градусов means degree Celsius. Средняя минимальная температура где-то -4. So the average temperature, maximum temperature is 9 degrees Celsius, whereas the average minimum temperature is -4. So this is as per the text. Now due to the climate change, you can see various changes also, but normally it is quite a cold country. As far as the climate is concerned, it is not hot as you see in India. It is very cold and snows a lot over there, and you also have certain areas in Russia where even the temperature goes below 30, below 40. So it's not very, it's not like us, like we have in India. So, and even there are certain places like Amyakan and all where you have the -50 degrees Celsius. So just imagine that how Russians are managing with such a cold climate. But you have beautiful climate, beautiful weather in St. Petersburg, in Moscow, and in many other cities of Russia, especially during summers. So their summers is like our winters, and you'll certainly enjoy it over there if you plan to go to Russia. Then Ashok is saying, это очень холодно, а когда бывает снег? So Ashok is saying, this is very cold, and when do you have snow? Sasha is saying, снег бывает почти всю зиму. So we have snowfall almost the entire winter. Zima is winter, лето is summer. Начинает он падать где-то в октябре и начинается где-то в марте. So it starts falling somewhere in October, and it discontinues in somewhere in March. Ashok, ой, как интересно, почти полгода у вас идет снег. So he has this exclamation in Russian. We have, जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ओए या ओ, इस तरीके से रशियन में भी ओई बोला जाता है. ओ और ई करात की ओई. Как интересно, почти полгода у вас идет снег. Almost half of the year you have snow. Москва в этот период, наверное, совсем белая. And Moscow certainly must be all white during these times. Саша, да, весь день лежит снег. И на улице, и на крыше, и в парке, в саду, буквально везде. And Sasha is saying, yes, almost everywhere, on the street, on the rooftop, in the parks, in the gardens, almost everywhere. So when we have this expression bukvalna vizye, it means almost everywhere, literally everywhere. Ashok, у нас снег бывает только на севере. And if you remember last class, we have also done these small exercise of having regions in India and directions in India. So sever is north, that is why you have sever here. Ashok, у нас бывает только на севере, that we have snow only in the northern India. So Severna India is northern India, na sever in the north, where the Himalaya is. So в горном районе India жаркая страна. In the mountain region, India is a hot country, жаркая страна. So you have these expressions over in these texts, you can also use them. And let me once again use these four directions. Sever is north, Yug is south, and Vostok is east, and Zapad is west. And I have given you small exercise also using different nouns and adjectives to make the sentences. For example, kultura, severная kultura, northern culture, severная kuchnia, northern cuisine. So like these you can also make many more sentences. Then we have Sasha, да, у вас очень жарко. Yes, you have very hot. Моя мать несколько раз была в Индии. My mother had been to India a few times. Она всегда говорит, что в Индии бывает только 3 сезона. She says that in India it has only 3 seasons. Жарко means hot, очень жарко, very hot, and и очень жарко, and very very hot. So her mother, Sasha's mother, who is a Russian, she has been to India many times. She says that India has only 3 seasons. It's hot, and very very hot. Друзья громко засмеялись, and the friends had a laughter. So these kind of text which are actually not only helping you with the knowledge of Russian, with the knowledge of adjectives, nouns, different phrases, but with the help of little bit humor, it is also helping you to learn it very enthusiastically with great interest, so that you can also have the emotional connect with the language. Now I hope that all of you have enjoyed today's sessions. You may please send your feedbacks to us, as I have said, to the emails of School of Foreign Languages at sofl@ignu.ac.in, to me Shivaji Bhaskar @ignu.ac.in, or to coe@ignu.ac.in. We would also like to request you to kindly download the Arogya Setu app to fight against the COVID-19. We would also recommend you to use the Padhe Bharat scheme of the MHRD. You can also have access of different libraries and different resources given by the MHRD these days for all learners all across India. And you can also visit the repositories of IGNU, eGyan Kosh, for accessing all kinds of other content which are available free of cost. You can also have access to various other libraries of Indian universities which have been given free access to all the students across India by MHRD. With this, I would like to thank you all for joining us on this Facebook Live sessions. We will be back again next Friday, 4 p.m. with a new topic. Thank you very much. Bye. Dobry вечер, до свидания.